Back at you with another video today, and we're gonna be forestry mulching with the skid steer. Got the old 335. Gonna be hitting this area today. I was out here yesterday and mulched over there, so got another day of work out here, and then I'm on to the next job. I'm just moving from job to job mulching here for the next week or so, but let's get started. I need to get this machine opened up, get it cleaned out. You see how dirty this thing gets. This right here is like the main collection point where stuff just sits, and I got to clean this off a couple times a day. But this GR manufacturing kit, this is part of it, that's part of it. There's a, let me show you here, there's a, right here, this extra little, sheet metal, it seals up that hinge, so it's a really nice kit, is what I'm getting at. And this window is extra. It's got that guard up there for the JD Link box. This thing's really up armored, really nice. Here is my cubicle for the day. Look at that. You can't even see out the top. There's so much stuff sitting up there. Grab the leaf blower, we'll get it blown off. Look at all that dust blowing out. And we'll raise the arms, take the side panels off. It's raining down on me. A lot of debris. We don't like the debris, we want to be able to see. It's gonna be a dusty mug today. It is dry. It is dry and it's hot. Got my auto reversing fan set to 3-minute intervals, which I change when I'm out grading driveways. I'll change it to like 20 minutes. Let's see what we got under here. The cool part about these John Deeres is how much they open up. Look at that. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. If you've seen all the destruction I was doing yesterday. Yeah, that'll work. So let's get this thing opened up. We'll blow it out. I did notice one thing I'll show you here in a second. Look at that. I got me a leaking cylinder. Had to get that looked at. Okay, let's grab the blower. Let's see what this air filter looks like. I try to blow this thing out a couple times a day too. Oh, she's dirty. You should have seen the dust yesterday. It was wild. That is some crud. Gotta stay ahead ahead of your maintenance. Man, there's some dirt in there. Holy cow. Watch this. Let's come over here so I'm not blowing it on the machine. Really should start doing this at the end of my day so I'm not starting my day dirty. Look at me already. I haven't even done anything. I'm already dirty. Now I'll pull out the cabin air filters, get those blowed out. That way I get good air flowage in here. They're right here behind this little panel. There's actually two. There's a recirculation filter and a main cabin filter. Set that right there. So this is a recirculation filter. That typically doesn't get too dirty, but we'll blow it out anyway. And then this here is the main cabin air filter. Oh yeah, that sucker is dirty. All right, so this thing comes apart. It's got this little bracket there. Let's come over here to where I'm not downwind from the dust. When you're blowing out your filters, guys, you always want to blow it out the opposite direction that the air comes in. So the air comes in this way. So if I blew it from this way in, I'm going to be blowing that debris into the filters. We want to blow it out. And then sometimes I'll blow it from the side too. I just never blow into the filter, if that makes sense. Give her a few love taps. Look at that, it's still dusty. This thing typically doesn't get much. The cabs on these P models, they're pretty awesome because they're pressurized, so a lot of dust doesn't get in there. Once I get rolling here in a minute, you guys will totally understand why there is so much dust and debris. It is drier than a popcorn fart already. But we're getting some rain tomorrow, which should be nice. Because I'll be mulching tomorrow as long as it's not too wet. That is the plan. All right, let's grease it up, fuel it up, and we're gonna roll. I keep this bungee on here because if I don't, this thing falls right off its holder. Kind of not the greatest design, to be honest with you. Let's get this opened up. If you're wondering, tank of fuel a day. That's what I go through when I mulch. So I can run 8 hours without fueling. So I usually just fuel at the beginning of the days. All right, let's grease her up. If you don't have a Milwaukee yet, you're missing out. And I run these lock and lube connectors. They're pretty awesome. All you do is squeeze it, and it goes on there and stays on. See, you can let go. The little things in life, you know. And you can rebuild these because over time they do wear out and start leaking a little bit, as you can see this one's doing. I need to rebuild this one. I haven't messed with it in probably over a year. Six pumps is about perfect. What I found. This machine here, it's got the anti-vibe suspension on it, so there are 4 extra grease points on this, 2 on each side. So I got these down here. Get those greased up. I always double the grease down here just because this stuff takes so much abuse, and there's dirt and debris down here. A little extra love. Gotta grease these mulching heads too every 8 hours. Shoot it with some grease. So that is all the grease points on this side. I got to do the same thing on the other side, but that is how you grease a 335. Top her off a bit. That'll do. Clean the glass. I use this ammonia-free glass cleaner on the forestry door. One more important detail, gotta have my drinks. So now we are ready to roll. Let's let this thing warm up, and I'll walk and show you what we're gonna do. Let's go on a walk. So I've been out here and mulched a few times for this customer here, and let me get my bearings here. Where am I at? Oh, we need to go that way. So I'll show you that here in a second. We'll track down there. Here's the spot. This is where we're mulching. So hunting blind, I mulched over there last year for these guys, and now they want to open up this side. So that is the goal today. I kind of marked the general area when I was out here with the customer, but my instructions here are simple, guys. All I'm going to do is I'm going to mulch for 8 hours. That's what I was hired to do. I know these guys really well. I've worked for them a bunch of times, so we have a really good relationship. But I'm just gonna mulch for 8 hours. This is kind of the central point right here across from the hunting blind there. And I'm just gonna start and work my way in for 8 hours and see how much I can get done. So let's get to it, and you guys will see what I can get done with this 335 in 8 hours. So the way I like to mulch is I'll spend the majority of my day getting the bulk of it down and on the ground and just semi-cleaned up, and then I'll save about an hour at the end of the day, and I'll go through and get everything cut up real nice. Try not to leave too big of pieces behind, but this job here in particular, my orders are, since this is just a hunting property, I am after quantity over sitting there mulching and making it fine. So he wants me to get more area done instead of spending a lot of time mulching things up real fine, if that makes sense. So, that's one question you can ask your customers, is what kind of finish do you want left behind, because that'll determine how much time you spend mulching the ground, basically. So I leave that up to my customers, give them options. Once this camera gets a little more juice, I'll move you guys outside so you get a better view of what's going on out there, the destruction. My favorite thing to mulch are these cedars. This thing right in front of me, it's like butter. We'll save that. The glorious mulching. If you ever notice if you ever see a paid ad or somebody running mulching ads or something, typically they're going to be showing them mulching a cedar tree, because it makes it look really cool and fast and efficient. Because it's a soft wood. Like I said, right now I'm not too worried about finished product. I'm just getting her on the ground, getting it opened up. Another reason I do that is the more area you get opened up, the better you can just move around freely and kind of clean up, if that makes sense. I used to mulch a lot of this up high, and I still do it from time to time, but if I'm not sure whatever I'm mulching is going to fall away from me, I try to refrain from that anymore, because I don't want to sacrifice my equipment for speed on a job, if that makes sense. There's a fine line of speed and taking care of your stuff. So basically all the underbrush, anything like 6 inches-ish or less, I'm gonna mulch. And any of the deadfall, like the stuff in front of me, I'll get rid of that as well. I wanna bend my spring. This is one of my favorite things to do right here. It's so rewarding. See the progress right in front of you. I mean, there's change happening right in front of us. It's so cool. Love it. Another thing you got to do is when you're on these mulching jobs, you got to watch out for dead trees. Look at this. Right there's a dead tree. So as I'm going around that, and anything that I'm pushing over, you gotta watch that, because you don't want that to break off and fall on you. This can be dangerous, for sure. Any kind of land clearing really can be. It's really easy work. Like, it doesn't take a lot of skill, per se. I mean, there is some skill, but you can get yourself in trouble real quick if you're not careful. Out here, so I'm gonna have plenty of opportunity to do some filming for you guys. It's hard for me to film all day, plus who's gonna sit here and watch an 8-hour video, you know? So I try to pick and choose the cool parts of the day. Let me know how I'm doing, if there's anything I can do better as far as filming or anything like that. I feel like if a video gets over an hour long, that's just way too long. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. So a quick little story. I was on my way here today, and driving down the highway, 2-lane highway. You know, you got your left lane, the passing lane, and whatnot. I'm driving along, and go to pass somebody, so I get over in the left lane. Young lady is in front of me in a little SUV, flies past me, right? And I'm in my work truck, that wrap truck. So she flies past us, gets next to the car that I need to pass, and slows down, and rides right next to him. And then for a few miles, she's speeding up, slowing down, and finally, she gets up past the car we were both trying to pass, and then she slows down again. So I get over in the right lane. I mean, this girl's camping out in the left lane. So I get over in the right lane and pass her, and I look over. She's literally got her phone. She's like this. You guys are going to be traumatized watching me do selfies, but she's like going, like, you know how these kids do these days. She's doing these selfie pictures driving down the freaking highway. It's like, come on, girl. And I had a moment of weakness, because I was getting frustrated, and I'm in my wrap truck, so I always try to be polite and courteous, but I had a moment of weakness, because I get tired of seeing everybody on their phones while driving. Like, it just bothers me, because I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but especially don't endanger other people. Like, that is so inconsiderate to me. You don't know who's driving past you, that if you wreck, you can take them with you. Like, what if there's a whole minivan full of kids? Anyway, you get my point. So I go to lay on my horn to get her attention, to get off her dang phone, and funny part, you non-Ford lovers are gonna love this. The horn on my truck wasn't working. On my 450, the horn wasn't working. So my Ford did me a favor. I wasn't able to draw attention, which I don't know. I don't think it was negative, but you get what I'm trying to say. I thought that was funny. Somebody's looking out for me. Hey, don't be rude in your wrapped truck. My freaking horn didn't work, so I need to look at that. We're punching our way in here, but so we have two daughters, 12 and 9, and my kids, I teach them different than that. My girls will not be doing that kind of stuff. I know it, because we lead by example, me and my wife. And our kids are really good. Your kids are always watching. So set the example for your kids. My girls are freaking, they're little, they're awesome. I'm very blessed. Me and the wife are very blessed. It's my daughter Samantha, she's a heck of a sports player. Basketball, softball, pitching lessons. I mean, she's in the thick of it. She's even in a club called FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. She's just such a good kid. And my younger daughter, Nova, she's just the sweetest little thing. She's got me wrapped around her finger, and she knows it. But she's into sports as well. Volleyball, basketball, softball. But I had an old boss that had kids that were grown, and he said his daughter was a really successful softball player. Like, I can't remember what college she played for, but she played college ball. But he told me that keep your kids busy and it'll keep them out of trouble. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Plus our girls want to do it. This is all about, guys. It's all about family. I was thinking about that the other day when I was headed out to a job site. Guys, I'm 43, and I don't know when the switchover happened. Like, I can't tell you what point in time. But there was some point in my life where, oh, there's a stump there. I quit living for myself and I started living for other people in my family. And I don't know exactly when that happened, but it's interesting. Life's interesting. As you get older, you get wiser and you start learning things. And I got a lot of life left to live, and it's just everything I do, you know, I work constantly and I put so much effort into our business and try to provide the best living for my kids and my wife and my family, and then all my free time is dedicated to my family, my kids, whether it be their sports, camping, doing home improvements for my wife. Like, it's funny. Like, I don't know, I'll say this anyway, it may sound bad. Guys, I have zero friends. Like, I don't have time for, like, to go, like, hang out, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm hanging out with my girls. Like, my time is so limited, so they get my time. I'm not saying I don't have friends, but, like, I don't, like, say, hey, Bob, what are you doing tonight? You want to come over and hang out and drink beer? That's not me. And I'm not knocking anybody that does it. It's just, I don't know. Life's so crazy. So I'm trying to get back into working out and stuff like that. Like today, for example, this job here, it's a repeat customer, super laid back, super chill. They're not even here. So this morning I got up, ate breakfast. We got a home gym, so I worked out, and I moseyed my way over here, guys. So my day started a little later, but that's fine, because either way I need to work out. So I guess what I'm getting at is that's pretty cool when you work for yourself. But yeah, I don't know. It's back to what I was saying. It's when you get older, you just, especially when you have kids, you just start living for other people, and it's such a rewarding life to live, giving back. Like, I hope I can build this company into something that my girls are proud of and can take over one day if they want. I mean, how cool is that when we have some girls out running an excavation company? I think that must be cool. And both my girls, I can both run skid steers and excavators. Like a bomb went off for a while, guys, but I promise this will look good. So right over here in front of me is a food plot, so I don't want to drop trees into his food plot, and I don't want to shoot mulch into his food plot. So it's all about working your angles here. Alright, so I took a break and let my camera charge, but I got a bunch of clearing done back there. So right now I'm working on this front edge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this way, mulch this big sucker. Hopefully it doesn't fall over on the camera. But let's get to it. So the phone call that I just took, I did an interview with FAE, which is the manufacturer of this head, with their marketing department. Super exciting. Super exciting. They wanted to do an article on our company and talk about our company and the FAE Mulcher that I use, and it was a good interview. So once that gets released, I'll share it with you guys somehow on a post or something. If you don't follow me on Facebook, go follow me on Facebook. You'll see it over there too. I think I'd see here, guys. I try to treat people's properties as if it was my own, and this customer here, they're really awesome. This tree here is ugly to me. It's leaning hard out into the field, so let's get rid of it. So this is on the bigger end of what I want to mulch with this mulcher, but I will selectively do bigger trees. I just don't want to do a lot of them, if that makes sense. Let's push this back this way. We don't want that stuff falling on the machine. These bigger trees here and there are okay. I just wouldn't want to do acres and acres of them. It just takes a lot of effort to mulch these big old monsters. Probably a bad angle I got you guys sitting at right now. I just realized that. Sorry about that. I'll work on my cinematics. I'll come back and mulch that when you guys aren't mounted up high. That way you're not looking at the back of a mulcher all day long. See the things I do for you guys in the name of entertainment. I appreciate you guys being here. Definitely means a lot to me. If you weren't watching, this would be pointless. So I'm always happy to help and share anything I can and give back. Life's about relationships. It's nothing for me just to throw on a camera and keep doing what I'm doing. Let you guys hang with me. Turn on my cooled seat. Can't be having a hot butt. And the ticks are out. I've already been picking them off of me. It seems like it doesn't matter what you do, what kind of tick spray or anything. I just can't seem to keep ticks off of me. Is there a product you guys are using or you use that actually works? Because I'm paranoid of that alpha gal. Like, if I couldn't eat a steak, oh my god, my life would be not cool. A burger, gotta have a good burger, man. Hardwoods are a little more difficult to mulch. Right now I'm mulching 2 trees at once. See that? Stacked up there. It's working this old 335 pretty good. But right now I'm sitting at 203 on the hydraulic temps, which is not too bad. It's probably 85 degrees out right now. That reversing fan will kick in blow out the machine. It'll probably drop the temps once it does that. My reversing fan runs every 3 minutes. Blows out the coolers and stuff like that. But let me tell you, when that reversing fan kicks in, for one, you can hear it, it's obvious. But 2, you can watch your hydraulic temps and they do climb while that reversing fan is on, because you're basically pulling all that heat back into the engine bay just for a brief amount of time instead of blowing it out. Back and get that later. So the way I want to do this is to put a little notch in it like that, and then I want to push it over, because the way this thing is leaning, if I mulch it, it's going to fall right on the machine. And I didn't notch it enough. Oh, there we go. That's what we wanted. These freaking trees are so brittle. I don't know what kind of tree this is, but it's not an oak. Those oaks, they tend to bend and they're a little more stringy. Or you seen that thing just broke off. Look at that. Look how that's just freaking breaking. I mean, this is the fun mulching right here. My reversing fan's running right now, so I went from 203 to 208. And it just quit. There we go. So it only runs for not very long. Next time it runs, I'll time it. Let's get this thing down. Now I'm up to 212. Every time that reversing fan runs, happens. Now it's dropping. 210, 208, 206. That's the challenge with mulching, is just keeping your machine cool. 205. Let's see where it settles in at. I like to see it below 200 typically, but driving right over a stump. Right, let me turn this down a little bit. Right there is a stump. 201. I got the air conditioner kicking in here. 199. Yeah, these 335s are awesome. I love it. My 333 struggled with hydraulic temps. And a thing that does make a difference, I'll show you when I get out, hopefully I remember, but I'm running Stucci connectors on this. So you replace the standard flat-faced couplers with these thread-on style Stucci connectors. Stucci's the manufacturer, and they flow a lot better and they have a lot less restriction, so it keeps your hydraulic temps down. See, I'm already 195. You can usually tell that the temps will start raising a little bit, especially when you're in this dusty conditions, and then that reversing fan will kick in and then they'll drop again. So it's like a teeter-totter up and down with hydraulic temps, but I keep a close eye on it. And the engine temps, forget about it. It's always, I mean, I'm running 163 right now. Engine temps are rock solid. This machine. A lot of guys run external coolers on these machines. I haven't had a need for it. I don't mulch enough to worry about it, to be honest with you. If I mulch full time, and maybe I would consider it, but honestly, it's not an issue. Yeah, knock on wood. Back and get this debris later. Let's go knock this tree down over here. This anti-vibe suspension on this machine makes a difference too, as far as comfort and ride quality. like you got a little bit of suspension. It's thick. Look at all this in here. I'm mulching like 3 trees at once. Working. I'm gonna get rid of all of these trees right in front of me. They're just crap trees. Well, I'm trying to be efficient here. Maybe I'll get the one right in front of me, and I'm gonna leave the other one for now. I may circle back and get it. Let's get this thing on the ground. That up some more. Now you're looking right at the sun. Hope you got sunglasses on. Give her a little notchy do here. This is one of those brittle trees, so I gotta be careful. That's not enough. Let's notch it a little more. Okay, that's all I want to do. Now, we got the push bar on here, so let's rotate it down. And we're gonna push it. Brake. Ah. I didn't notch it enough. Whole tree just push it over. Darn it. Let's notch it a little more. At least it's leaning. Oh God. At least it's leaning the right direction. Let's notch it just a hair more. That's a bad part. I'm shooting debris right down on myself. I don't like that. Alright, let's not. At least it's leaning the right way. Let's notch it a little more. See if we get the sucker to break. There we go. That's what we wanted. Typically, I like to push them, but these things are so fragile. At least it fell the right direction when it broke. Disappearing trees. a wrap on another job. Let's check it out. So this is what I got done today. Keep in mind when you're looking at this, guys, I was hired to come in, and he hired me for the skid steer and the mulcher. This customer here, he has his own skid steer. So he literally wanted me to come through and get as much done as I could, get it on the ground, and he's gonna come through with this skid steer and clean it up. Like typically, that dead standing stuff, I'd wanna knock that down, but he's gonna handle that. We were trying to be as efficient as we could with the mulcher, so keep that in mind here, guys. Every job's a little different, so I let my customers decide on the kind of finish they want and the level of service. So, but that was a mouthful. So this job here is done, and this is what I got. And there's another area I need to show you, so don't go anywhere yet. So 8 hours, and I actually got way over into there. But before we track over to the other spot, I want to show you this over here. This is an area that I mulched. Oh, I'd have to look. It's been about 8 months ago or so. I cleaned all this up for these guys too. I got a couple areas I'll show you. But I got this done for them. This is a hunting spot. Looks really nice. After this stuff sits for a while, it kind of settles into the ground and starts decomposing, and you see. But let's jump in the machine. I'll track over there. I got one more spot I want to show you that I did work on. Here's the other spot right here. So this was pretty thick. It was basically the size of about that there. So I got that touched up. So that is what I got done today. That was 8 hours in a machine. There's one more thing over here I want to show you guys. Let's walk over here. So here's another area I mulched. I don't know if you can see in the video, but you can see where that looks freshly mulched way over there. So from about right there on, I mulched yesterday. And then this here, I mulched the same time I did that other job about 8 months ago. So really nice. But you can see that's how thick it was, and then that's what I left. So that is it for me, guys. It's getting late. The sun is going down. Pretty sky tonight. Looks like a Bob Ross painting. What is that, alizarin crimson? I watch too much Bob Ross. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. It's late and I'm tired. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video, guys. If you got anything out of this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.